Welcome back to our broadcast. As we mentioned, another busy day for the president on Twitter, but Americans aren't the only ones watching what he says in that medium. This Washington Post piece comes from a former CIA veteran. Quote, "This is what foreign spies see when they read President Trump's tweets." It goes on. Trump's Twitter feed is a goldmine for every foreign intelligence agency. The president's unfiltered thoughts are available night and day, broadcast to his 32.7 million Twitter followers immediately and without much obvious mediation by diplomats, strategists, or handlers. The author of this piece is former CIA analyst Neda Bakos. She is with us tonight. Thank you so much for being with us. And I guess the first question for those who have yet to read your piece, what are we Americans not seeing that could be damaging or revealing? And what are people in your line of work reading those tweets looking for?
So more than anything, an intelligence analyst looks for information on world leaders that adds to the information that they are collecting through classified means. So what is so different about Trump's tweets and the advantage that it gives to foreign intelligence agencies is that he's doing this in an unfiltered way, and he's doing it openly in the public forum. You know, typically intelligence agencies collect information and they do it covertly, and sometimes they're risking their lives to collect that kind of information about a leader. But this offers an insight into Trump himself as the person, which is very unusual as far as a world leader.
So your problem is not that he's tweeting about being in Florida or Bedminster, New Jersey, or at the White House. Most days lately, he's been relitigating the Russia case. He has gone after his predecessor in office. What are examples of how the trained eye of how what he says on Twitter is saving our opponents and enemies work?
So what it does is it exposes his priorities. It tells us what news programs he's watching and listening to, what is he reading, what's top of mind for the president at any given hour. And in addition to that, it also tells us what his vulnerabilities are. When he is so concerned about, for instance, a Russian investigation, that gives them a sense of what could they use to actually influence the president, cause disruption, and possibly win favor with him. His deleted tweets also give a little bit of insight into how unfiltered his tweets are. A majority of them are deleted, strictly because of grammatical errors, not because that they're factually incorrect. And that also gives an analyst some insight.
So if I assigned you to put a binder on my table tomorrow morning with a personality profile, some of the information, some of where you'd start, you've already gained through public domain, doing what we all do, reading what he says on Twitter every morning.
Yes, absolutely. And his lag of timing of tweets, for instance, also gives some insight into what is it he is distracted by? What is it he's finding a priority? If there's a U.S. military action, is he tweeting about it right away, or is he sending condolences if there's an accident like the USS Fitzgerald? How long in between an action does it take for him to do that? And then comparing that to the official POTUS account also is insightful, because that tends to be the more formal statements, what we expect from a president.
Endlessly interesting stuff. We recommend to our viewers the piece written by our guest tonight, Neda Bakos. Thank you very much for coming on our broadcast.
Hey there, I'm Chris Hayes from MSNBC. Thanks for watching MSNBC on YouTube. If you want to keep up to date with the videos we're putting out, you can click subscribe just below me, or click over on this list to see lots of other great videos.